It's showtime and we need to park some horse trailers. The first question you're going to ask any trailer that comes in is, can the driver back? If the answer is no and they look terrified, then you're going to put them in this field. See the caution tape out there? If they nose into that caution tape, when it's time to leave, they break the tape, they go, they don't have to back at all. Any small, like 2-horse trailers that can back, can nose into either that fence there or the other fence all the way on the other side. They just need to be able to back up enough to get off of the fence so they can leave. 2 places that need to be kept open. I don't know if you can see. Maybe I can zoom in. There are 3 white stakes way out there. That is the gate that goes into the dressage ring. You can't park anybody right there. And pretty soon, next to the shed there, is going to be food set up. You can't park anybody there. Warn them that that field is rough, and the further down you go, the rougher it gets. Big goosenecks can come through the main gate, loop around by stadium, and end up here, pointed out. I've got some stakes in the ground because you want to keep this area between the gates open so that if need be, some of the longer rigs want to kind of loop their way around if they don't think they can make the turn going gate to gate. So we definitely leave this area open. You can also put horse trailers down there on the flat level area. They can loop up around past the stadium, past the warm-up. Or depending on if nobody's here and there's room, they can just go kind of right down, loop right down there. It's always good to have them pointed out. This car got here a little early. We can build some cars off of him. Generally speaking, I like to put cars where we can't put horse trailers. So if you make a row off of that Jeep out there, it's kind of hilly. We wouldn't put any horse trailers there anyway, but you can put cars there. The thing that cars really want to do, they really want to pull in, nose into this fence. And when they do that, somebody pulls in behind them and blocks them in. So we're trying to keep cars facing like that Jeep so that there's not a fence, so that if they get blocked in, they need to be blocked in from in front and behind. I like to first talk to incoming trailers about here in the driveway. That gives them room to understand that they may need to swing wide to make it through this turn. Then I can also assess their needs, if they can back, if there's someplace they want to be. If they're trailering with somebody they want to be close to, well, okay, good luck maybe. Ideally, I'd have some help out in that field, or even right at these gates here, sorting them out. But that's not always the case. The problem with not having help and just trying to give people an idea of where to go, and usually I'll even walk with them, about to here so that I can point, oh yeah, there's caution tape and all that. But then once drivers are out of earshot, they kind of just go wherever. And I mean, certainly there's some of them that have been here before or are smart and can understand. And some of them don't. So ideally, if you can have somebody in the parking field there, and or out at either of the other parking locations, just packing them in and making sure folks don't get lost, that's ideal. But you make the best with what you got. In the past, we have had 100 trailers crammed into that field. That was with somebody in there packing them tight. But now that we can spill out over here and over here, 100's not bad at all. Starting to come together. We've got rigs setting a precedent to start each of the 3 rows in that field. So then, in theory, the ones that say they can't back, we just send in the tape and they can park next to the rig that's there. The ones that can back just nose in next to existing. We got a couple here. Cars are starting to fill in where cars go. And we got a couple of goosenecks in here. these two should be a little tighter together, but that's what we got. It leaves room for somebody to come between them if need be. We're filling up a little bit, but there's plenty of room in the parking field. Mostly it's been big rigs. The cars got a little bit away from me. The last four on the left, I really wish weren't there because they're kind of blocking the road. The first one that parked there was an older couple, and I wasn't going to argue with them. And then, of course, people just want to park next to them. But other than that, everything's packed in okay.